More than 40,000 black men gathered for a video call one day after Vice President Harris announced that she would be running for the Democratic presidential nomination. The call lasted 4 hours and raised more than $1.3 million for Harris's campaign. But maybe more importantly, it allowed the group to discuss what her campaign required of them. Data shows black men have been reliably Democratic voters. But one man on the call felt that it was important to highlight a small group of black men who have historically resisted supporting black women seeking positions of power. Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul was the one to stand up on that call, and he joins us now to talk more about what was discussed that day. Thank you so much for joining us. So this call followed a Black Women for Kamala Harris phone call, which, you know, I was blown away by the numbers, and then black men did even better, I think. But I'm curious about why you felt it was important to have a gathering like this, a space of all black men to discuss with the candidate, you know, what they needed.
Yeah, well, you know, there are all sorts of issues where black men are disproportionately on the bad end of statistics. And I think there's a sense of excitement for Kamala Harris, and that's why quickly black men were able to gather and raise the type of money that you referenced earlier. However, there's been a concerted effort to undermine the support for Kamala Harris amongst black men with misinformation with regards to her role as a prosecutor and her role as a California Attorney General, with regards to the incarceration of black males, playing on a sensitivity that I think is not unique to black culture, but the misogyny of a few who are reluctant to support the leadership of a woman. And I want to reiterate, I don't think it's something that's unique to black culture. I think it's widespread throughout many cultures that some men are reluctant to support a woman, thinking that it weakens their stature as a leader. And I wanted to confront that.
Yeah, your quote I thought was really interesting. You said, you know, sometimes as black men, we get confused as to what strength is. And sometimes we think that standing behind a black woman as a leader does not display strength as black men. I thought that was, I guess that's part of the reason why you want a space like that, to say something like that, that maybe you wouldn't say in mixed company, for lack of a better phrase.
Absolutely. I'm the father of a 24-year-old black woman who's in law school right now, and I want to encourage her to use that training to reach for the highest heights. And how can I do that if I don't fully support somebody with the type of background and experience as Kamala Harris to achieve the presidency and to be able to one day stand up and call her Madam President? And if I don't fully support that, I, as a black dad to a young woman, I'm not doing my job.
So let me ask you this, though. You've seen some of the polls, right? There's some Pew Research Center reported in April that there's been a slight uptick in black men who identify as Republicans in 2024 compared to 2020. Much has been made of this very minor shift because I guess we haven't seen something like this. It is minor. But why do you think Donald Trump has appeal to some black men beyond, you know, beyond what you suggested, which is perhaps some misogyny?
Well, I think, again, black men through both Democrat and Republican administrations have been on the wrong side of many statistics, whether it's healthcare, incarceration rates, unemployment rates, and it's nothing new. And so I think he strategically senses a vulnerability there that he can attack. He tried to equate himself to the circumstance of black men who have been mistreated by the justice system, yet most black men haven't had the privilege of being able to appoint judges that preside over their criminal cases, that are able to dismiss their criminal cases. And so the notion that he could liken himself to black men who have been mistreated by the justice system is ridiculous, frankly ridiculous. He has most black men have not been all black men have not been able to appoint the Supreme Court justices that have come down with rulings in his favor.
Yeah, certainly when he suggested that now that he has a mug shot, black folks liked him a little bit better. He received a lot of criticism. And so before I let you go, I want you to tell us, Attorney General, what were the concerns that you heard from black men on that phone call? Because I suspect their concerns are just like everyone else's.
Well, largely it was a call to rally behind Kamala Harris, because that 24 hours that preceded before immediately preceded it created an opportunity to have somebody at the highest office in this land to be the world leader to address some of the issues, who has had historically a sensitivity to the issues that disproportionately affect both black men and black women. And Kamala Harris is that person. She has demonstrated leadership on those very issues. And so there's been a lot of misinformation on some of those issues. And so we needed to rally to make sure that, one, we got the financial support, but two, we're able to speak to dispel those notions put out by the misinformation campaigns.
Right. Attorney General Kwame Raoul, thank you so much.